Yeah, g'day, and welcome to What Shano Thinks. This, I guess, is a video because I actually I put all the videos from my tablet onto the computer, which I have hundreds. It's like a video diary type thing, and I managed to figure out how to put them from my tablet onto my computer, but I haven't figured out how to put them from my computer onto YouTube. So I thought in the interim, before I start putting these edited videos out, I would give you a bit of a background story because I guess I haven't told you about myself and my situation and how I came to my spiritual awakening. So yeah, um, my spiritual awakening occurred when I lost everything. I lost my house. I lost my car. I lost my family. I lost my kids. I lost my wife, my kids, my family, my car, everything. Pretty much most of my worldly possessions, most of my money. I lost it all. And yeah, the hardest thing was losing the kids. But hey, it was all meant to happen. But that triggered my spiritual awakening, and I had no clue what was going on at first. Absolutely no clue. Like, put it this way, I was homeless. I was sleeping in my car. I didn't know what to do because I didn't have any money. I didn't I didn't have anywhere to sleep, anywhere to stay. Obviously, I couldn't go home to the marital home because the wife and kids were there at the time. And so, like, with no money, I couldn't rent a house. So I was essentially homeless and living in my car. And that went on for a few months until I could get on my feet. But my head was spinning that much that, I had no clue what was going on. And it got to the point where, I went to the hospital and I begged them to commit me to put me, in the psych ward or whatever they do. I didn't even know what they did. All I knew was that I was I was feeling suicidal. I'd lost it all. My world was turned upside down. Every cent that I'd worked for all of my life had been put into the family and the family home and everything, and it was all gone. And yeah, I felt completely lost. Felt completely lonely, isolated. The I Yeah, I had a best mate that helped me out immensely. Like without him, I don't know where I would have been. Um, but in saying that, he had his own family, and I didn't want to burden him with everything that was inside of me. I didn't want to burden him with, what was going on with me, my crazy thoughts. I didn't want to. I don't think he would have understood. He probably would have said the same thing as me. I need to be committed. I need professional mental help. And I tried to get committed, but luckily, the lady at the hospital that I went to in the emergency department, they referred me to someone, and luckily the lady said, "No, look, you're going through a hard time, but you're not mental. You don't need to be committed. If I commit you, then it's going to open your eyes up to a whole new world of people that aren't in your league, and you don't need that." And I think, looking back in hindsight, I think that she knew that the universe had told her that I didn't need to be committed, and that something special was happening, and I think she knew that in some way, and as much as I begged and pleaded to, be helped in some way, and I thought that was to be committed, she just went, no, look, we'll put you in touch with someone. Maybe you could have some antidepressant medication, but we'll put you in touch with someone. And I did end up going on antidepressants, and I was on them for quite some time. I got myself off the antidepressants because I realised that in some way they were hindering my spiritual awakening. Even though I didn't know it at the time, I just knew that God or the universe was telling me that I needed to be off this antidepressant medication. It wasn't helping, and I didn't even feel like it was helping anyway. Like, we tried a few different ones, and none of them really helped me. Like, I think maybe the placebo effect worked a little bit. I don't know, but yeah, it was a case of I didn't think that the medication was doing anything anyway, and I was being pushed by God or the universe to go, well, hang on. You don't need this. It's not doing you any good. So I got off of that, and so that was basically what triggered it, and the immediate aftermath, and so it's never hard. I mean, never hard. It's never easy when you start a spiritual awakening. I can't say never, but in my instance, and from the research that I've done since then, because I knew nothing about this sort of stuff, this spirituality, spiritual awakenings, all this, I knew nothing at all about any of it. And I was just going with the flow. And all of a sudden, I guess I was thrown in the deep end. So that's why I want to try and help you guys and let you know my story. And hopefully, if you can relate to it in some way and get something out of it, I can hopefully help you guys. But I just want to let everyone know that it's worth it. It's still hard. It's still really hard some days. I'm still in the middle of it. So I'll still be doing videos and trying to help you guys as much as possible. But I dearly do want to show you guys the beginning parts where I literally thought I was nuts for a long time, and it was only through the help of here's another thing, I went for counselling after, once I thought to myself, I'm getting off the antidepressants, okay, all fine and good, and the doctor that prescribed them said, look, if you ever need them again, come back and get them, or if you need help, there's counselling available. And so I just went, oh yeah, okay. I kind of felt like I was losing it again. Like, I mean, that things weren't quite normal or stable again, and I needed some help. And I still didn't know I was going through a spiritual awakening at this time. So I went, okay, well, yeah, I'll go and get some help. And funny thing is, I booked in for some counselling, and I couldn't make it. And something was telling me, my intuition was telling me, no, I can't do this. And anyway, so I rang him up and I said, look, I can't make it. I'm sorry, I can't make it. And anyway, then I got the feeling again that I needed the help. So I rang up again, and I said, look, I had an appointment. I couldn't make it, but can I make another appointment? And the lady at the front desk said, yeah, sure. Only one problem. That same counsellor doesn't have any spare spots. And I went, oh, okay, yep, no worries. And they said, look, can we put you in with someone else? And they did. And straight away, my intuition told me, because I've always been intuitive, That's one thing I will say. I grew up as a Christian, wasn't allowed to believe in anything spiritual. Like that was of the devil apparently. But anyway, in my religion, in mum's thoughts and teachings and stuff, and yeah. But anyway, so I straight away I felt my intuition go, yes, this is the person. And it turns out that the counsellor that I saw, she was the right one for me. And not only was she a counsellor, not only did she have all the letters after her name and all the, the qualifications and everything, but she was also spiritual. And you imagine the fight between what I'd grown up to believe all my life as a Christian, and the teachings of the church and all of that kind of stuff that were drummed into me from 2 years old, and all of those beliefs, going to church every week, for the first 20 years of my life, then going to a counsellor that all of a sudden starts talking about other spiritual stuff, even things like, I don't know what they're called, but oracle cards, that's it, oracle cards and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, straight away, this is of the devil, this isn't right. And I was sort of doubting, but my intuition was telling me, no, this is what you need to hear. This is what you need to know. And that was the luckiest, well, I don't know, shouldn't say luckiest, but luckiest day of my life. That was where the universe or God, I think they're the same thing, God, universe, whatever you want to call source, the part that helps your soul evolve, that was when I was actually exposed to the truth. I was actually exposed to what was happening to me, and I actually found out that it was normal. It was a spiritual awakening. It didn't happen straight away. It took a long time. I must admit I fought it because of my beliefs, but eventually I couldn't deny it because everything she was saying was 100% true. So, she was sent by God. She was sent by the universe to change my direction. And since then, it was very slow at first, but the last, I don't know how long, I guess the last 2 years, it's like it's been turned up to 11. My growth has just been phenomenal. Everywhere I turn, the universe is guiding me. Everything I do, like now, I'm actually at the point where I trust my intuition. I trust my intuition 100%. I trust that I'm being guided by the universe 100%. And it's become a lot easier. But in the beginning, just not knowing anything, I was so scared. I was so alone. And I know if you guys are listening to this, then obviously you're feeling the same. And I really, really hope that something or everything I say can help you, but I hope you get something out of what I've got to say. And you just got to know that it's going to be 100% brutally honest, because I really don't know any other way of doing things. I'm an introvert, and an INFJ. I think introvert. I don't even know. But INFJ, it's a top personality type. I found that out, and I looked into that, which makes me an empath. And since my spiritual awakening, I've noticed I've got a lot of other abilities I had no idea about, and I'm starting to learn about them and trust in them. So it's good stuff. It's good fun. But I don't want to overwhelm you with that kind of stuff. But there is stuff to look forward to. But I want to show you the dark side as well. there's a lot of stuff that happens that, yeah, you just think, am I going to get through this? Short answer is yes, you're going to get through it. It's going to be hard, but the universe is going to be there to pick you up when you fall, and don't worry. Yeah, you'll be guided. It'll all happen just the way it should. So, all right, I love you guys, and that's the biggest thing that I learned is love. Love, just I have learnt to love so differently, so deeply, and it's a love that I can't even explain. It's a love for everything and everyone. It's yeah, and I hope you guys find it too, because that is the biggest, best thing that I've gotten out of this awakening. All right, love you all, guys, and hopefully I'll get to do more videos soon. All right, bye.